Hello everyone, my name is Mia Dirks and welcome to a new episode of Smile, You're on Camera. Long time no see. So I know it's been a long time since I saw you last, but I am so happy to be back here on air tonight with you all. And even though it's been a couple of weeks since our season premiere, I've still been working on bringing you all some really cool stories to share here on the show, and tonight is no exception. Tonight, the show is crossing the nation as we are joined by a special guest coming to us all the way from Ohio. Some of us in the studio tonight may know her from her time here at WTOP, but I would love to introduce her to those of you watching at home. I personally knew her well during her time here at Oswego, and I have the privilege of bringing her back to WTOP tonight. After graduating last May, she has gone off to do great things as a promotions producer in Columbus, Ohio. So with all of that in mind, tonight's guest is Michelle Ketchin, joining us virtually from Ohio. Hey, Michelle. So Michelle had a busy weekend celebrating Halloween and working daily at her news station. So let's take a look at how her weekend went now.
Hey guys, I'm Michelle Ketchin. I recently graduated from SUNY Oswego back in May, and now I live in Columbus, Ohio, which is kind of crazy. Did not think I would be here. A little bit about myself. I am currently the promotions producer, one of the promotions producers at the local news station here, NBC4, WCMH. And I just promote the news station, any events that we do, stuff like that. And yeah, so I'm gonna take you like a typical work day that I have. I just had work on last Friday, and you guys are in luck because I'm also going to an event where a lot of work people are gonna be, which is a public Halloween block party with lots of costumes and stuff. So I'm glad to take you guys along with me throughout this weekend. So, my position at the news station consists of a bunch of editing and a bunch of writing. So, as you can see here, I'm showing my computer, and on the left screen is a program that we use very similar to Inception called ENPS. And that one you can do a lot more stuff with. It's the connectivity to different apps is also really good. And so I use ENPS to put things into the rundown so that when I record the teases for the news shows in the studio, uh, the anchors and the directors know how the topical is going to look and what the script is. And so, in terms of that, you may be wondering what a topical is, a news topical. So basically, that's a promo for the news show itself. So you know how there's promos for events, to promote contests, stuff like that. This one is to promote the news shows that we have every weekday. And because of that, that means it changes every day. So the department needs someone to be able to look after that and to do that every day because news stories change every day. And I have a meeting with my boss to discuss what needs to be written for the day. And as you can see here, we use Premiere, we use Adobe products to edit. And the topical edits are pretty simple. I just need to get a bunch of clips, put them together, and then those clips will be used for behind the anchor on their monitors behind them. So yeah, and I usually get into more fun edits for like promoting events. Right now I'm promoting a toy drive that the station is sponsoring. So that one I can put a bunch more like graphics and stuff, which is always fun. As you can see here, I'm flipping through what we call the topical binder. And this one is for more archiving and keeping track of things. I like to physically print them out. It's easy for me to flip through when I want like inspiration from maybe an old topical. It's not just my writing that's in here. And I would label like breaking news, or as we call all in topicals, which basically is when there's like a huge story that happens the next day. Usually the news shows are all about that one story, except different perspectives and angles to the story that each reporter does. And so with those, that's what we call an all-in topical, because the whole 30-second topical is dedicated to this one big news story. And those are usually fun. And so after we have everything written, I imported the videos for Behind the Anchor. We go to the booth. And that's the control room. And this control room is actually fairly new. I think it's less than a year old. And it's very nice. I like the dark atmosphere. And as you can see, lots of monitors. It shows different, not only what we're showing, but also what the other stations are showing on their side. So I'm the producer, so all I have to do is just make the rundown, tell the director what I want, and I can sit back and relax. As long as I like listen to the anchor and like watch closely, because for these kinds of things we can do it in multiple takes, and sometimes it does. So here I'm showing the topical I just produced airing on TV. Yep, they air the same day, so it's a pretty tight turnaround for what I need to edit and stuff. And yeah, as you can see there, they're the anchors, and I get to interact with them every day, and it's pretty cool. And it's also pretty cool to see your own work, being shown on television and all across multiple counties. So on to my weekend activities. Every week I try to go to the park nearby. It's a metro park. There's many around Columbus, and I run. I run the trail that's there, and I love it. It's such a good break to the week. Alrighty, so now on to party time. Or the Halloween block party. So today I went with a 1950s poodle skirt girl, very simple, very cute, and of course, gotta have the leather jacket. All right, so here's the block party. It's like right in the middle of the street, and lots of stuff happens. So this one was one of the drag queens that was there. And then so it's kind of hard to see, but far off in the distance, you see a woman with a red shirt and a guy with a blue shirt on stage. And these are the anchors of NBC4 for the morning shows. And they're super fun, super funny also. And they're just great to be around, great people to know. A lot of people were very creative with their costumes. There was this one these two people who were Game Boys, and they actually had screens on their Game Boys, and it was like lit up and like moving and everything. It was playing Tetris, and they got a lot of pictures. So up on stage is still the public costume contest, and I wish I was able to get a shot of this, but I didn't. Someone was the emu from Liberty Mutual with the Limu emu, and it was great. Well, thank you guys for watching. I'm so glad I got to take you guys throughout my weekend, and I'm just glad to be here.
Thank you so much, Rochelle, for taking us through a weekend in your life and editing the video as well so we can really get a deeper look into your perspective. I wish I could have been at that Halloween contest to see such cool costumes. The Game Boy sounds amazing. Now, after the break, I'll be speaking more with Michelle about how things are going post Oswego out in the real world, so make sure to stay tuned.
If you need to do something to feel okay to drive, you're not okay to drive. Don't drive buzzed.
Shine on that boy.
Look at the bling. Look at do we got a diamond tester on?
Yeah, that's getting bad. Yep. 10 out of 10 recommend on Yelp.
We scored?
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs.
I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.
What? I should take your phone away.
No. I'll call for a ride. Hey, why does my face look like that?
I'm playing with these new face filters.
Okay, you know what? Yep, that's mine.
I'm gonna need that back.
No.
Kevin.
Back, everyone. I spoke with Michelle earlier today about her life and work in the television news industry, so let's learn more and take a look at what we discussed earlier. A former, or she is an alumni and former student and member of WTOP. We used to work together at the studio. I'm so happy to have her on, joining us all the way from Ohio. So far away. How far away is that, Michelle?
It's like 10 hours. Usually it takes me 12 hours total.
That is a long way out, but
Yeah.
thanks to Zoom, we can meet together now on the show. I'm so excited to have you here. So you are currently working as a producer,
Mhm.
promotions producer at a local news station. Super cool position. I'm so excited to learn more. Can you tell us a little bit more about what you do there and some of the products you make for the station?
Yeah. So as a promotions producer, we're part of the marketing side of the station, and we promote any events that the station sponsors, such as like toy drives, festivals, like fundraisers is another one. And what the team does is that we make promos to go on air. What I also do daily is I make the news topicals, which is basically just promos for the news shows. Um, and so because it's news changes like every day. So it's a process to figure out like what stories we're going to tease for that day and how we're going to present it. And that one is like daily. That's a quick turnaround because I have to conceptualize and write and record and edit the 30-second topical that same day. So it can get pretty hectic, especially when we have breaking news. Depending on the breaking news, you can have like your whole promo set up, almost ready to record. Something happens, and then you have to shift gears immediately. You have to be on. It really keeps you on your toes, and can get pretty stressful. And yeah, so it's lots of fun, and we do a variety of things and shoot many different things as well.
Yeah, that's super interesting to know that your job kind of changes day by day, and it's like you don't really know what to expect
Yeah.
the next day you come into work, I guess. So I
Mhm.
guess it doesn't get boring in that way.
Nope, it does not.
No. Um, so what is it like working at the station? I'm sure there are a billion different departments and whatever. So what is it like collaborating with everyone? Especially in the creative world, it is so important to collaborate. So can you talk a little bit more about that?
Yeah, for sure. So my specific position, we work a lot with the news department, and usually like um stuff communication between the departments goes pretty smoothly. On the like more fun side, no offense to news, I guess I should say less newsy side, and more like creative art. Um, Promotions department also collaborates with the art slash graphics department. Um, we're fortunate enough to have like two people that we can go to request like, hey, I want this motion graphic that does this and that for like skills that like I don't have yet, or will never have. um and it's really fun because you'll like brainstorm with the graphic designer, and like they'll be like, oh, I can do this, make it scale up, make it rotate. I was like, perfect, because I don't know how to do that in After Effects.
Mm.
um and it's really fun, and when you see like the final product, like even like before you like put it to air and stuff, like the real rewarding part is when you like look on the TV and you see your work. It's
Mhm.
very rewarding, very exciting, and I even still get that with like certain news topicals, because there'd be a day where like these crazy stories come in, and then I manage to like find a way to entice people to watch it in a unique way that we haven't done before, and it's rewarding in that venture too.
And shifting topics a little bit, you're out in Ohio. What's the community like out there? What's some of your favorite spots around town?
Yeah. So the community is very like there's a bunch of different communities, and it's a very like alive city, if that makes any sense. Um it's not as like close in terms of proximity, in terms of like New York City. Like New York City, very busy. Everyone is like on top of each other, but in here it is actually more spread out. Um and like, there are a lot of different things that the communities do, and there's always something to do, like every weekend if you so choose. I love going to the Metro Park that's down the street from me, and it's pretty big and it's very beautiful, especially in fall. And like I just go there every week to run the trails, and it's so relaxing, and I love it. And um, here also we have like many different like bars and like eateries, and I love trying the different foods, especially local foods. So good. And there's this one bar which is an arcade bar that I've never like seen before, where you go in, you get your drink, whatever, but like you get to play old school arcade games on, with like buttons and everything.
Wow,
And like I
throwback.
it was great. I love it. And yeah, there's like some things that I've never heard of. So like here we do like duck pin bowling, which is basically just miniature bowling. I actually haven't played, but like never heard of it.
Well, that sounds really cool. I'm sure there's so much more to explore there as
Yeah.
well. So, um, I guess, do you have any closing words or any messages you'd like to pass on to anyone at home or any of the students who will be in the control room watching this later?
For sure. So, as many of you are, you guys are probably seniors, or like even just thinking about the future. It's very daunting, um, understandably, because I just remember going into fall semester being like, okay, this is like the last semester I can like maybe relax before I have to think about my future. Then spring semester, I kind of went hard on everything. Like I went on the Hollywood POV trip, I went to Italy and like it applied for jobs and stuff. And like it was very, very like scary, because like I didn't know what I wanted to do. Um, my advice to you guys is to like just don't give up and also like try not to have expectations. Like, I know that's kind of hard to not have, but because I didn't know where I was going, I was like, anything could happen. And, oftentimes graduates will have a period of time where they can't find a job. Um, and so I think it's worth it to like apply early and see what happens because you can also use that as practicing for like interviews that you will land. So like basically just don't give up, don't lose hope, like don't expect anything and just like keep pushing forward.
Well, with that, thank you, Michelle, for joining us today on the show. So nice to catch up and hear about all your success you're having out in Ohio. And yeah, thank you for being on the show.
Thank you for having me. It was great.
Thank you again, Michelle, for joining us virtually, giving all of us here at the studio some words of wisdom, and also marking Smile's first trip outside of Oswego. Super cool. Now, after the break, I'll be talking more about what I've been up to the last few weeks, including a trip to Florida. Yeah, don't go anywhere. I'll explain more after the break.
We're here for you, we're here for you. This is your channel too. With sports and news and what to do, we're here for you. It's your TV, you're watching WTLP. Your TV, thanks for watching WTLP.
Hello and welcome back, everyone. So we have been gone for a couple weeks, as you may have noticed, just because of scheduling things. But in the meantime, I had the opportunity to travel to Florida on behalf of WTOP 10. Me and one of my coworkers, Jacob Bradley, you may have seen him on a number of shows here. We had the opportunity to travel to Orlando, Florida for the CBI Awards, the annual CBI Awards. It's just a college broadcasting association, and they like to award certain schools for certain segments and productions. So WTOP was nominated for 2 awards this year. One of them was for one of our hockey productions, and that actually won first place. So WTOP aired the best live sports production in the nation. So shout out to everyone that was on that crew. And we also had another promo video nominated as well, and that won third place. So major shout out to everyone here at WTOP for all their contributions, and it was so nice to be able to represent the studio as well. So I had a few pictures from Florida. We weren't just stuck in the hotel every day. We got to explore a little bit. So if we could bring some of these pictures up as well. And I also have my friend Melinda Brancato as well here to talk about with me, because Michelle is over in Ohio, so it's a long way from the studio. So hi, Melinda. Thanks for coming on.
Thanks for having me
us.
on.
So let's talk a little bit more about these fun photos. If you can bring up the first one. Oh, that's stretched out a lot, but that is a lobster car.
Oh my God.
Yeah, Jacob and I were walking down one of the, it was a very built or developed area with a lot of restaurants and things, and they had like a Red Lobster type restaurant, and outside was this car with the lobster on top of it, and we're like, what kind of thing is that?
That's insane. I don't think I've ever seen a crustacean car.
Yeah. Have you ever seen any other like cool cars like that?
LL Bean came to Oswego recently, and they had a boot driving around like West 1st Street, West 2nd Street.
Wow.
Yeah, I want to drive the boot.
I remember last year, I'm pretty sure they had in like London some fashion brand, like they were like handbag buses.
Okay,
those
so
promotional
vehicles are always so fun to look at.
Yeah, we need more of those. We need more of those around here. Now let's move on to the next one, please. So this was a milkshake that I got, and it was crazy. It was insane. This was like, it was a mixture of banana, peanut butter, and chocolate, and it was like banana peanut butter milkshake with Reese's Pieces like rim, whipped cream, a cookie, marshmallow, and some other stuff. I can't name them all. But I was like, you know what? It's vacation, whatever. I'm gonna party it up, and I got that milkshake. What do you think?
That looks heavenly. I want one so badly.
Not to brag or
you
anything,
and Jacob did a topper takeover on the WTOP Instagram, and you posted one of the shakes
that was
on there.
Jacob's.
I immediately was texting you guys. I was like, I need this in my system immediately. Yeah. Like, this is insane.
It was super yummy. I was like, this is great. But I always think those milkshakes with like the cake on top are just insane. And I was like, when am I ever going to get the chance to eat that? And we found this restaurant on the corner of the street. Like,
I've always wanted to try one of those.
Yeah.
And then the chocolate peanut butter banana combo. Are you kidding me?
I know.
That's insane.
They had one with like, it was like a pumpkin spice one, and it literally had a piece of pumpkin pie on top. Yeah. They were awesome. Like bringing them all out on trays and stuff, and I was just like, I don't even know how they came up with that.
Oh my God. I'm trying to think of the craziest dessert I've ever had. It was this chocolate cake, and it had like this cookie on it that it was, I don't know, it was insane though.
If you could make a shake combo, like what flavors would you want?
Ooh. Okay, I would do chocolate, cookie dough, cherry, and yeah, just chocolate, cherry,
that sounds
cookies.
Really good.
That sounds good.
I support that. I think they should add that to the menu. And let's look at the last one, please. If we could. Uh-oh. Okay, so this is a picture of one of our planes. We were flying above, we had just taken off outside of Newark International Airport, and we got to see New York City and the skyline and all the lights down below. So it was a really beautiful plane ride, and then when we were landing in Syracuse, and of course, nothing says welcome back to upstate New York like some rain and some wind, right? So I was sitting on the wing of the plane, and on the window right there, and the wing was shaking up and down, and I was like, I'm just gonna
not look.
Yeah.
I haven't flown on a plane in 10 years, so and every time, granted 10 years ago I was a child, terrified, always was like staring out the window. So to see that shaking would not help my nerves.
Yeah, I'm definitely so grateful to be able to represent the studio and also get so many cool memories as well. And if you'd like to see your photos on snapshots, make sure to follow us and DM us at @smile_WTOP10. And I'd love to see what you send in. So that's all for tonight. Thank you, Michelle and Melinda, for joining me tonight.
Thanks for having me on.
And make sure to tune in 2 weeks.